Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to this latest episode of Experience Beyond podcast. In this podcast, we invite guests from across the world to discuss their CX journey and also share with us their insights and experiences. My name is Yash Sultania. I'm the co-founder and CEO of XEBO.ai, where we empower businesses with cutting and experience management solutions with the help of AI. Today, in this podcast, we will delve into the importance of fostering a customer-centric culture and how it serves as a cornerstone of achieving long-term success and sustainability. In this podcast, I'm being joined today by Mr. Omar Al-Muttalib, who is the customer experience manager at Almajdouie Motors, where he leverages his extensive experience and background to drive exceptional customer experiences. Almajdouie Motors is one of the leading companies into automotive space in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and they have dealership of more than 5+ car brands. If I'm not wrong, Omar, please correct me. And welcome, Omar. How are you today?
Hi, Yash. How are you? Thank you for the introduction. Yeah, I'm feeling good and excited to share with you some of the knowledge about the customer experience in the automotive industry in Saudi Arabia market, particularly. Yeah, we're doing okay. Business is escalating, and we just passed the half year. We have great numbers. Talking from the MBS side and from the profit side, it's all great. Mm.
So, Omar, I think I know you for more than years now, but I got a chance during this podcast to go through your bio as well. And it's a very impressive bio. You started your career in operations and supply chain, right? And then you moved into experience management domain. I must say it's a very impressive journey that you have taken till now. Just for the transition, I wanted to understand from you how easy or difficult was that transition from move from the operational part to going and taking a holistic view of customer experience at Al Musdai.
Well, actually, is not about difficultness or easiness. It's about that the whole journey shaped itself by itself to reach to where I am today. So I started in Saudi Arabia in the supply chain. Previously, when I graduated as a mechanical engineer from Sudan University back in 2007, I have worked in oil industry. I was purely technical. I'm dealing with machinery, and I have no human being feedback or anything like that before. So when I started the logistic and supply chain in automobile industry, particularly in the stockyard, doing the pre-delivery inspection and have like supervision on this particular area. It started from having the sales complaining back to you about the cars that has been delivered to a customer, and then you have to take from feedback and try to dig deep in your operation, trying to highlight where's the process and how does it fail, and that's what got me into the Six Sigma. That's the first time in 2013 I started to do my Six Sigma certifications, and that helped me out to convert or convey the customer voice to my team in order to learn from that and try to enhance the process in the BDI, which the customer, they never see us. They don't know us. They see the sales guys, they see the delivery guys, they never see us. But the root cause can be within the stockyard itself. If you didn't like inspect the car correctly, if there was a TSP or what they call it, a technical service bulletin that has been sent from the factory and we didn't pay attention to it, things like that has made me understand that the main like the customer voice comes all the way from the CRM to the sales to the head office and then to the supply chain stockyard. So it went through all of these divisions to reach to me eventually to have it as a root cause to start solve problem in my field. So in the beginning, it was for me like a strange thing that I am getting an email about the customer feedback while I'm working in the stockyard. You know, it's in the middle of nowhere over there, just park the car in the site and try to maintain it. And then from that, it moved me from there to be managing the logistics cycle as a whole. From the time we ship the car from the country of Oregon all the way until we deliver it to the customer with a transportation company and all of these things. Yeah, it was a quite good experience until I reached to become like a CRM manager and then to a customer experience professional in the automobile industry.
Yeah, so Omar, I think you were born to be part of this field, right? And I can tell you from my interaction that I had with you at XZ Live that we had in Riyadh last year. So I think that was the first time we met face to face, and I must say I was completely awed by your keynote that you delivered at the event, and I got the same feedback from a lot of people who participated or who were part of that event, right? And I must say that you are a very good storyteller, and that is why I said that it's come naturally to you to be part of customer care and experience team. So I just wanted to understand from you, is it something that you were natural at it, or you were able to pick it up throughout your career in terms of picking up things and creating a storyline around it?
Well, actually, I'm an audience guy since long age because I'm a guitarist. I play guitar, and I used to have my music band. We used to have like a jazz and a bluegrass band back in the university days. So I used to go to the audience always. Like I don't have the fear of audience. You can put 1,000 people in front of me, and I can speak to them all. But about the storytelling is just that it's just something that you learn. Like the way that you're supposed to be summarized. Sometimes you go to the CEO or you go to the big heads like the president of the company. These guys they don't have time, so you have to be fast and plan your presentation for 10 or 15 minutes and be precise to the number and prepare yourself for all of this so you can deliver the message and you can gain their satisfaction to get an approval for a big budget or something like that. So yeah, that was very hard for me. I used to be more of a narrative approach instead of a pragmatic based approach. And that was a learned journey for me to learn. And I have a lot of people who helped me out and this mentoring me, teaching me how to go through being like summarized when it comes to storytelling. But yeah, I'm a storyteller, yes.
And to tell our audience in terms of the magnitude how good a storyteller Omar is, I want to talk about a case study in terms of how we initially started knowing Mr. Omar and all Almajdouie. So, and this is something which I generally narrate to a lot of my clients, prospects, and even my team. So our interaction with Almajdouie started at a peak COVID period, right? First
Yeah.
wave of COVID when everything was in lockdown, everything was shut, and I'm not sure if there are any car sales that were happening during that time. So Omar, how good were your story selling skills at that time to convince the management to go for a customer experience solution when there were no sales happening and invest into XEBO? So
Well,
I
actually, it
want to
goes
hear
in
your
two.
side of story around that.
Yeah, actually, it goes in two lines. The marketing team they were thinking about doing something called test drive at home, which that we have gotten approval from the Ministry of Health in Saudi Arabia to do like a test drive. You come home and we have like letters, and during COVID, if you want to work, you have to get a letter from the Ministry of Interior to prove that you have a job that requires that, especially for the logistic people who are doing like the delivery and all of these things. So we managed to get all of the paperwork, and the marketing came up with an idea called test drive at home. So that you used to register and you come home, and then they will do a test drive with you, and then you will be convinced either you want the car or not after a while, and then they will send the car and deliver it to your place. But the problem with this that the appointment that they make with the customer sometimes does not goes well. Maybe the customer will say, "Oh, I'm sleeping now," or "I'm busy with this," or so they will cancel the when you go to a confirmation call to go to them, they will cancel the what do you call it, the journey as a whole. So we were thinking about sending survey to them and ask them for come if you want to book again and why did you cancel all of this thing. So I was having a bunch of data for customer. I don't know the number, but we have a lot of customer that has been canceled, and this idea wasn't like nearly it was about to fail. And then that's when I approached you guys that time, and thankfully, like the in your policy, I believe it was 1 week trial, but you guys extended for me for 1 month. I told you like I have this situation and I need to solve this problem, and then we start to send survey like. The first thing that I got from Survey to Connect is that you were the first to respond to me. When I sent to you guys, you were the first to respond to me, and that fast response make me like believe, oh, if these guys respond fast, maybe they will help me out if there's a problem. And then the designing of the survey itself, it was fantastic. When I got the demo first time in 2019. And then we start to send the survey to the customer, returning them back from that to go and test drive the cars. And we became able to convert, I remember nine customer with no showroom operation, with nothing. We became able to sell 9 cars in 1 month. And all of the management, they were asking us like, how did you do it? We said like, we went to survey the customer. So the design of the survey, that you can have the logic based on the customer answer, you can put pictures, you can put links that can lead to videos, like all of the logic of the survey, it was outstanding. That's why we've become able to get this return of investment, and that's what made us like convinced to go with you guys for the long-term partnership.
Now, that has been an amazing story. And Omar, I will just say that this is something out of the box solution that you talk about, especially at a time where not new companies were not doing new investments. And I
Is
just,
something there's something is you sometimes you may have the idea in your head,
yeah,
but you don't know if there's a solution can make this idea in reality. And that's
correct.
what Survey to Connect or XEBO deliver to us, you know.
Yeah. And I think the best use case was there that you were able to get that ROI in the first 1 month of POC itself, right?
Now we call it return of investment before investing. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
Because the profit that we get, the gross profit that we get out of these 9 cars is nearly can come to the triple price of what we have a subscription with Survey to Connect.
Correct.
And
Correct.
yeah.
No, that's an amazing story. And just to add on that point in terms of, especially, I think you will have multiple instances to share around that. But I think the core behind that is we wanted to understand at Almajdouie, what are the core beliefs that underpin your approach to customer experience? And how do these beliefs translate into tangible actions for your team?
Well, the interesting thing about Almajdouie Motors that they have the core values that they put it in the word catch. It's about care, accountability, transparency, commitment, and harmony. So in Almajdouie Motors, they care about the customer voice much more than any other company in the world that I work in. Based on my experience, never in my life that I've seen like a care that has been lent to the customer like that in Almajdouie Motors. Like these reports, the integration that we have now between us and between XEBO and Almajdouie. These reports are coming on a daily basis automatically from the Power BI directly to the CEOs, president of our companies, and this is the first thing that they see in the morning drinking their coffee. So the thing is about the inspiration that I got when I first joined Majdouie is that they just want to understand the true reality from the customer, and how could we collect 1,000 transaction a day into a one solid number that can show us what is the customer think about us. And that's what we became able to achieve with the to connect, especially that you guys have like a very what do you call it, flexible, I think, tool to integrate with whatever we have an Oracle system. And
Yeah.
it's how it's very difficult to go from an Oracle to a middleware, and from middleware to Survey to Connect, and then Survey to Connect send to WhatsApp Meta integration, send to the customer respond back, come to Survey to Connect again to the middleware, from middleware to the Power BI. It's like a very complex when it comes to integrating. And we didn't think that we can go that way. Actually, in the beginning, we were just thinking about sending and printing this in Excel and try to do it like just normally like any other companies do. But the way that we reach now, and with the AI award from the Middle East that we got, all of the voice of the customer now is coming, translated into a categorization based on AI with 97% accuracy, with the natural language processing and all of this thing with the slang of Saudi Arabia. The customer actually, they're writing narratives because we ask the MPS, and then we ask, why did you give us this MPS? And then the customer will tell a story. And the AI with the accuracy of 97% is giving us a category that it will say, oh, 60% of the customers, they say there's a delay in handing over the vehicle in the service. And then we go over there and directly you have the root cause of the problem. You just need to go and dig there and find out what is going on with the delivery and which location exactly. So yeah, that was very interesting. And we were empowered by the top management to go beyond wherever we want to go, whatever we envision that we can go with.
And from XEBO's personality, what I've seen, Omar, is that Almajdouie has been one of the early adopters of any new features or technology that we bring out. When we introduced WhatsApp as a channel, Almajdouie was one of the few initial adopters to use
Well, what
WhatsApp
I
as a
like now,
channel.
sorry for cutting you off. What I like now is that you just need to write down to Zeebo the survey that you want, and it will just give it to you.
Yeah.
And on the also the amazing thing with AI that you can put the hex of the color, you can put like the font, and then directly it will make it the same way that you want without any effort. Before it was easy, but now it's much easier, much easier. Yeah.
No, that's something I always say that the new feature that is there, let's reach out to first share that feedback as a beta testing to Omar and Almazdai, because they are generally the first adopters and more receptive to any new feedbacks or changes that we bring in. So that is what we always do at Omar. And I think I want to congratulate you for this award as well, right? And I can see that with the kind of work that you are doing. So I'm sure that these awards will keep on coming. And I'm
Yeah, for
sure that uh, apart from the alignment from the top and the vision, but there'll be a lot of things that you will be doing differently than other companies, because we are doing a lot of benchmarking reports in the region and also globally as well. When it comes to automotive and car dealership, we have seen Almuzda have truly stood out and been one of the market leaders. So wanted to ask you that, now you being one of the leaders, what are the aspirations and where do you generally, whom do you let's say, what are your benchmarks when it comes to providing servicing at Almazdai? Because I'm sure you are already at the top of your category. So do you look at certain benchmarks across different categories, or you have set up your internal benchmark? These are the levels that we want to maintain at our end.
Yeah, of course. Like we're doing the what we call the double blind competitive survey, which is something that we do every half year to check the NPS. We do it with the third parties to check the NPS among the industry. And also we are like following up with all of the press that coming from Bain and Company, BCG, Boston Consulting Group, and all of these big consultation companies globally to benchmark ourselves among the others when it comes to the net promoter score. But even though the net promoter score is a total methodology, Fred Reckel methodology, and we are all in the customer experience Almajdouie. We are all certified customer experience practitioner from Bain and Company, and we are applying the methodology as it's said in a 2.0 book. Okay, because some of the companies, they're doing the MPS, but they don't know how to translate it into a metrics that will affect the business processes and all of this. Having an MPS and seeing it is a great thing, but making it as a management system that goes to, like, for example, the detractor recovery process, having a team of quality that will call all of the customer who give from 6 to 0, understand what is their problem, and try to return them back into the service location to solve the problem. That's a benchmark, like that's one of the benchmark. Like if you told me that you're doing a net promoter score survey, I'll directly ask you, do you do a detractor recovery process? Because if you're just measuring, what is the benefit? It has to be actionable measures that whenever we give you from 6 to 0, there is a bias division that will call them, a non-bias division that will call them, and try to understand them and return them back to the top management to solve the problem. And if the customer give you 10 and 9, and it will also create a ticket, and then the ticket will go to the customer in the front line to say thank you to the customer. And if any of your friend and family need anything, you don't hesitate to call me. That's what MPS is about. It's about customer giving recommendation, coming back, love doing business with you, and also from the employee side, you have to do another MPS. We call it a CE MPS, which you ask the employee in the front line from your perspective. Well, what do you think about the customer from 0 to 10? Are they satisfied? And if he give you zero, why you give me zero? Oh, because it's so hot and the AC is not working in the reception. So that's one of the things. So basically, in order for you to start bench yourself, to have a benchmark, you're supposed to have a double-blind competitive survey, and also to have these surveys have an action in your facility. And that's also what has been presented by you guys in the beginning when I was talking to the team in XEBO. They were saying like, do the detractor recovery ticketing system by just, then it's very easy. You just highlight there, make a quota, and then make the logic. And then when the customer press it, you will receive an email that, oh, there's a detractor over there. Like, this is how it's the best practices in the world supposed to, and that's what we're trying to apply here in the Saudi Arabia market.
That's great. Thank you, Omar, for your kind words. Just before you leave, I will have some quick fires for you and will not give you too much time to think. Just whatever comes to your mind, please share your points. So first of all, Omar, are you a tea or a coffee person?
That and that, but I'm a coffee. 70% coffee person and 30% tea.
Do you prefer Netflix or Prime videos?
Well, I'm a Netflix guy, but not to that extent. I'm not a movie guy. I'm a book guy. You know, I can spend 4 hours in a book instead of watching a 4 hours movie.
And next two question, I will put you in a spot. Let's see how you answer that. Which is easier to manage, angry customer or an angry boss?
That's a difficult one. Well, see, for the angry boss, I mean, it's been for me like since I joined Majdouie, I never find an angry boss. Actually, the culture over here is amazing. But for me, and easy is an angry customer because maybe because I got used to it. I used to be the CRM manager who talk every day with more than five to 10 customers. So an angry customer is easier, much more than angry boss, because the angry customer who might not harm you, but the angry boss can harm you.
And next question will also again put you on a spot because of your background in automotive. But if you have to drive one car for your life, which brand or which model will you choose?
No, Land Rover, Defender.
Nice. NPS or CSAT?
MPS.
One final question before we say good. Best piece of advice that you've received in your career, which you want to share with people who are starting the career in this field?
Well, the best advice that I can give is that first of all, you need to read about Fred Reckel methodology, the MPS, the Ultimate Question 2.0. It's a very important book, and all of the leaders in the world they advocate that. Even Jeff Bezos, you have what do you call it, Mark Zuckerberg. And even the guy for Apple, I forgot his name. It's Steve Jobs.
Okay.
Steve Jobs, yeah.
Yeah.
All of them, they talk about the methodology of Fred Reckel, and I recommend anyone who want to go towards customer experience to read that book and understand every word that's mentioned there. Just give you a holistic knowledge about all of the businesses in the world. The second thing, you have to be a people guy. If you want to learn about customer experience, you don't put a tie and sit down in your office there, just drink a coffee, try send emails. You have to go in the ground, see the people, have breakfast or have a coffee with them, speak, listen to them. The front line are the true treasure that can change your customer experience because they're the one who facing the customer and their face is now to the customer. They don't know you. You are the CEO sitting behind the desk there. Nobody knows you. They know the one who on the front line. So that's my sit down with your people, read more about the Fred Reckel methodology and the MPS.
That's great. Thank you, Omar. It's been a great conversing with you, like always. And thank you for your time. And look
I
forward to
appreciate it.
meeting you very soon.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Mr. Yash. And I really would like to thank you and all of XEBO team for the amazing journey that we've been with you guys and hopefully more of success in the future.
Definitely. Thank you so much.